Everybody, I'm here with Tony Atlas. Absolutely honored meeting you here. Now I gotta ask you a question. Now, what inspired you to become a wrestler?
I started off as an amateur wrestler at the 7th grade. So I started wrestling in the 7th grade as an amateur collegiate wrestler. And then I was at the gym one day, and a wrestler from Canada by the name of George and Sandy Scott. They used to wrestle years ago at the Flan Scotsman. And then Sandy Scott was at the YMCA one day, and I was training for the Virginia Powerlifting Championship. And he asked me how I did in the wrestling. I told him I used to wrestle in high school. He said, how would you like to be a pro wrestler? I said, well, I never thought about it. And so he took me to Charlotte, North Carolina. That was at that time called Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, or Jim Crockett promotion. And they trained me to be a pro wrestler, and the rest is history.
So the fans love to hear it. Growing up, were there any of your favorite wrestlers that...
I grew up in poverty, so I never saw a wrestling match until I was in the ring.
Oh, okay, wow, that's I didn't know that.
We couldn't afford television and all that stuff, and my mother had 9 kids, so we all have to have after-school jobs and weekend jobs. So we worked all the time. So we never, we never watched television. I never really watched TV until after my career was over.
Oh wow. Like that just shows you there, like all that hard work and dedication really makes you exactly.
Yeah, I knew nothing about wrestling until I really got into the ring. That's when I learned about professional wrestling. When I got into the ring, I learned it in the ring. First match I ever saw, I was in the ring doing it.
Anybody from the past and present as a dream match for you? So think about the past and the present. Like, who would you want to be in the ring with if you could?
Harley Race.
Harley Race. Now that would be a classic.
Harley Race. To me, Harley Race and Doyle Funk Jr. were the two of the best wrestlers that ever lived. They didn't get the respect that the guys got today because they came along at a different time, and they came along when wrestling was wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Not showmanship, but wrestling.
Like, is there any inspirational words you could give? Like, say somebody wants to pursue exactly what you did.
Well, it has to be in you. You can't turn something. You can't. If you plant tomatoes, you would never get corn. Exactly. So, wrestling is a sport where, like bodybuilding or weightlifting or anything, it has to be in the person. Everybody can't be a wrestler. Like, you take, like, for example, Ric Flair.
Right.
The character he played is the real Ric Flair.
Yeah.
If he had became a carpenter or anything else, that character would got buried. So wrestlers in the older days, they came into their own. Today, they write a strip and they try to make people to be something that deep down inside they're not.
Yeah.
It was easy for me because I was always into bodybuilding and weight. So the name Atlas was a great character for me because I didn't have to do any pretending. Ric Flair did not have to pretend. Harley Race did not have to pretend. Andre the Giant believed he was the 8th wonder of the world. He did not have to pretend. But now the wrestlers, they one thing in the ring and they something else out of the ring.
Exactly.
You take, like, I met the Vachon. Magdal Vachon was the same person out of the ring, and he was in the ring. He was not
as
pretending.
Real as it gets.
Yeah, and that's why the old time rap like Killer Kowalski and all them guys was so popular, because they were not pretending to be something that they wasn't.
Exactly. It was such an honor, I got to say, interviewing you. Legendary Hall of Fame, Tony Atlas. Well, I'm getting there. I think I'm getting there. There you go, guys. Thank you so much.